So this question is, what mass of water in grams forms when the reaction of 2.66 liters of hydrogen gas and 2.06 liters of oxygen gas react? So both gases are at 759 torr and 7.9 degrees Celsius. All right. Since this is the context of a reaction, so you have the reaction of hydrogen gas with oxygen gas. So the first thing we need to do is write this equation and then balance it. So H2 is hydrogen gas plus O2 is oxygen gas yields H2O. So what mass of water is that's what's asking for. Now we got to balance it. So H2s are balanced, O2s are not. So we put a 2 there and a 2 there. Now we have 4 hydrogens on the left, 4 hydrogens on the right, 2 oxygens on the left, 2 oxygens on the right. So it's all balanced. The next thing, you can go 2 different routes here. With the information given, you can do a PV equals nRT for each of the oxygen and hydrogen in order to figure out their moles. Or you can use the product of PV, because like we mentioned yesterday, PV is proportional to the number of moles because the temperature is constant, right? 7.9 Celsius, and R is a constant. So we can say whatever the PV is directly proportional to the N. So let's do that way. So if we have the PV for hydrogen, let's see, we have the liters, the V, which is 2.66, times the pressure, which is 759. We can convert it to ATM later. And this gives us a value of, let's see, 2019, if you want to round. So 2019. The next one for O2, you have 2.06 liters, and the pressure is the same of 759. And since the pressure is even the same, you could even just do a volume. You could even just compare the volumes, but let's just be better, a little bit better than that, because that's not the case all the time. And here you have 1,564 if you want to round. Okay. So now what we can do is, this is our PV value. So this is kind of we can call it our pseudo moles, right? It's just proportional to the number of moles. Now, using the molar ratios of the equation, just like we went over with stoichiometry, we can tell what the limiting reactant is. Now, you see H2, 2 moles make 2 moles of water. This means it's a 1-to-1 ratio or 2-to-2 ratio. This means that 2019 PVs will make 2019 PVs of water. But O2, it's a 1-to-2 ratio. This means that 1,564 PVs will make double the amount of H2Os. So 1,564 times 2, and that's going to be 3,128 PVs of H2O. So this means whichever reactant corresponds to the lowest amount of product is then the limiting reactant, which would then be our H2. And it would create this many PVs. So we can use that PV and put it into PV equals nRT to figure out our N. But we can't use this 2019 because our 759 is in torr, not ATM. So we need to convert that, put it into the equation, and figure out the moles. So we can put in our pressure, which is 2.66 ATM. Or sorry, nope, that's our liters, 2.66 liters. Our pressure is 759 over 760, so very close to 1, equals our N times R, 0.08206, times our temperature, which is 7.9, but remember, we have to convert to Kelvin. That's going to be 280.9. And then to do this math real quick, 0.115 moles of H2O. All right, if that's the case, we are looking for the mass of water. So we multiply this by 18, and we end up with 2.069, or sig figs. We're using 3 sig figs, or technically 2 sig figs here, but it doesn't really matter. Whatever. 2.07 is also an acceptable answer. This is going to be grams. That's going to be how much water you get.